It's me, Big. Hello, everyone. It's me. Who am I? Oh yeah, that's right. Hello, everyone. My name is Roman. Uh, you know, the guy who does the funny artwork, the Aqua Blue Tunes person. Yeah, it's me. Uh, and the guy who is currently now celebrating 5 years of Kid and the Monsters. And God, I didn't, you know, I guess 5 years ago I didn't think that the little doodle would turn into just everything. Uh, so I guess let's go down with a brief history. So, what is a kid? And what is And the Monsters? Kid and the Monsters is a series that is definitely heavily inspired from my favorite types of games, platformers. So you got the Sonics, you got the Marios, you got the Kirbys, you got the Klonoas. You know what a Klonoa is. Remaster's coming out soon. So these are the inspirations behind Kid and the Monsters. There's technically also another inspiration. During my first post about it to other people, I said I wanted to create something in the style of Very Odd Parents. So I guess you may see that in the initial drawing, but nowadays round. I don't know. Kid was created in the year 2017, right after a major sort of like depression in my life, and I realized that I didn't want to continue making Undertale content because, you know, it was the beginning of 2017, and I think I was just like, all right, no more Undertale content, no more Wacky, except Wacky is still alive and thriving. That crazy son of a gun. And so I said, okay, I'm going to go back to making original characters, even though at that point most of my original characters probably were still based off my friends. Though there's still a few, like Grace and a few others that are original in nature. So I simply, ironically, what this day used to be known as Wacky's birthday, I created Kid, and I haven't looked back since. Now, the first year Kid, actually, I didn't do a lot with the character. They showed up a few times, but mostly that year was dedicated to another OSA named Nick, and then Doki Doki Literature Club later towards the end of the year. It wasn't until after Kid's first year of anniversary, which I actually missed, such a great dad, that I started to work on Kid a lot more. And working with Kid, it was sort of a return to form to me, because this Kid was technically my first venture back into writing, I guess, original stories, because Nick was a part of some other big project, and then of course the Doki Doki Literature blog was not original. It's Doki Doki Literature Club. I didn't make Doki Doki Literature Club. God, imagine if I did though. Sweet Jesus. Actually, that makes a lot of sense for me. But so Kid was the first foray back into just making original content, and that first draft, a little strange. I wouldn't say the first draft of Kid, or the first version of the entire Kid story, was normal. I would say it was a little strange, you know, the whole Amber plot and the Kid's world realities actually being some sort of dream of this dead person, and then like Amber wanted to reincarnate into Kid, or like take over Kids. It was strange, and I feel friends like the great man Kevin Weast, definitely maybe influence. I learned a lot of my friends. It helped influence a lot of kids' story. The great man Kevin Weast, a drawing of his featured in the back. Also, I think helped with basically something that was very important into, I think, slowly helping defining Kid, and that was definitely Kid and the Muffin Madness, which was made around Kid's second anniversary, I think. No, it should have been, it's 2018. Yeah, it's Kid's first anniversary still, if I remember correctly. Or it just makes me realize, oh god, yeah, it was 2018. So it was around Kid's first anniversary, and that's actually where Nitty's name comes from, because, fun fact, it's technically both Kid and Nitty Day, if you think about it, because both Kid and the princess were made at the same time. However, famously, still honest to this day, Nitty gets no love. Sorry to all the Nitty fans, but to the Nitty fans, this is Nitty's Day for them. Even though Nitty's Day is officially a couple days before, because again, around this time I was making Muffin Madness in 2018 for a high school project, and that's when I said the name, because the great Kevin Weast kept calling her Princess Girls. And unofficially, I think that is her name. But, there she is. Oh, Scott, there she is. Muffin Madness was definitely a big, like, alright, this is where kids should go, because it was more cartoony, it was more wacky. The story dealt with, Kid fighting monster muffins. In fact, you can see them on the side of me right now. It was just fun and goofy game. You played as Kid and Nitty, you fight monster muffins, and then there was this evil muffin button at the end. It was fun. And I think, later on, I probably went more towards that more wacky direction, instead of making some story about Kid growing up through the ages and then fighting God. That probably wasn't bad. I mean, for a Kirby game, actually that makes sense. For a Kirby game, fighting something that created your universe seems completely normal. But I think Kid didn't fully allowed to be who they are until, ironically, Alexis was made in the year 2019. Because once Alexis was made, for a while they were still linked, because I was trying to have one big massive universe. I feel, again with another help of my great friend Kevin Weast, shoutouts to him. Follow Kevin Weast at www.twitch.tv/Kevin Weast, something like that. Pretty much, he was just like, man, these should be separated. It's kind of getting complex, and I was just like, you're right. Maybe I can also get rid of the weird God thing. So we did, and I actually reverted back to a sort of original idea of there being a cosmic dragon that sort of protects over the Kid universe, as you can say, or the Kid reality, because technically all the stories are still linked. Don't at me, I'm still doing it, baby. But so this caused Kid to finally be on their own. No weird God thing, just plain old Kid going into a magical world in the sky, learning some sort of magic and shit, and just simply being a child without fear of God smiting them. I don't know, God wanting their body. Listen, the first draft of Kid was weird. And basically, this also killed off the older version of Kid, because I think I realized with a character called Kid, having them grow up to be an adult maybe wasn't the best idea. My hair is getting absolutely worse throughout this video. You can tell I did not prepare for this at all. So, yeah. So Kid officially does I have technically thought about the full Kid story, and I know we've barely seen Kid nowadays because you got cool OCs like Bailey and Lexus and Lucy and Taylor, and so Kid nowadays seems like a character that doesn't really get a lot of love from me personally. I know one person who definitely loves Kid and would give their life for Kid, at Kenzie K Down, but Kid still very much means a lot to me. In fact, Kid is sort of none of these cool OCs would be here unless Kid existed, because Kid was sort of my reintroduction into doing OCs. And 5 years later, man, I did not expect any of the shit that would happen to me 5 years later. A lot of it's still good. I met a lot of cool people. A lot of it, I feel like I'm in a TV rom-com sometimes. But Kid will always still represent to me that childhood self of wanting to stay young and just overall just not changing your ways, and just trying to keep that childlike innocence and childlike self to forever. As Kid is based off a similar feeling that I had when I was a kid around 2nd grade, where I was just like, I don't want to ever lose this childlike wonder for the world. I want to still be this. Now, is that a good logical thing to think like? Is that a good way to think? Probably not. Don't you can do it, but just remember, keep change in mind. Just do not make Kid justify you not changing since elementary school. You will make small changes. Everyone does. However, Kid is supposed to represent, deep down, still keeping that childhood wonder. In fact, Kid's name of just being Kid, in canon, is sort of based off of something I did for myself. So Kid's name is not actually Kid. It's Carly. But Kid has the nickname of Kid. Now, why are they called that? Did a friend give it to them? No, they gave themselves that nickname. Why? Because they don't really have that many friends. It's actually based off of my own life experience, where I originally gave myself the nickname of R Guy. So yeah, yeah, Kid is definitely me, but child. And just in general, it's just like Kid is a deep found part of me that I guess I don't experience often. I guess that's why Kid rarely gets drawn now. It's just pure happiness. Okay, that sounded very depressed. I'm still happy. I have a lot of friends. They make me happy. I'm happy. Do not call the therapist. Kenzie, get out of the car. Anyway, so Kid 5th anniversary. I'm happy. I'm happy. Kid has lasted 5 years. I mean, technically, Grace has existed for longer. She's technically will be experiencing her 7th anniversary this year. However, Kid is a big milestone for me. Again, Kid represents a sort of sign of, I guess, returning to normal. And, you know, after fighting a bad depression of moving and other shit, Kid represents that just, I'm back. I'm back to being Roman. And 5 years later, man, I sort of need that again. But, you know, going to college in person may help. But, I'm happy to celebrate my child's 5-year anniversary. And I hope that Kid has made an impact on your life as well. And just, man, I didn't prepare for this at all. I just wanted to give a brief this video about talking about what all this means to me, because I rarely talk about my OCs in depth, and I just post pictures of them, and it's like, I hope you understand. I hope you understand this. just, you see this image? I know you know nothing about them, but love them. I just wanted to make this video to say it's been a 5 years again. If you also know, Aqua Platoons just turned 5, so I mean, like, it's been 5 years since I did, I guess, my whole new self thing, and I guess I technically am sort of feeling that way again. I kind of just want to be my new self, a new me, because a lot of things have gone down past the year. The pandemic has really made me just be like, man, maybe I need to think better. But in general, again, I'm very happy to see celebrating Kid's 5-year anniversary, and I hope for another 5 years of amazing Kid content, mainly in hoping a game comes out. I want to make a Kid game. It's the one thing holding me back. You'll get more Kid content when a Kid game comes out, I swear. But in fact, I think I recall a Kid game being worked on. I don't know, but there might be something in the pipeline. You know, some sort of remake of a little classic. Some sort of you know, thing you can actually play instead of hiding from the public, because it technically includes my full name, and you know, controls like ass because it's on Scratch. One of the reasons why I wanted to make this video is to officially, I guess, sort of announce the in-development process of Kid and the Muffin Madness Reheated. It is a remake of the original Kid and the Muffin Madness, and while I was making good progress at the start of the year, it kind of started halted due to February blues and just in general end of January blues. Like, Jesus Christ. I want to work on it a lot more this year, along with another project that I'm attached to. And in general, I will hopefully by next Kid birthday, there will be something more than what I probably will release out for today. It's just a simple, like, basic of what I have right now. For currently right now in development, I have like the muffins, one muffin moving and shooting. So if I can pretty much, you know, since all muffins sort of move the same, their bullets are a little bit different, but the development should go smooth as soon as I finalize like the first muffin boss fight, and then pretty much use the same code for the rest of the muffins. So it shouldn't take that long. Of course, any of my friends know actually how hard game development is. So hopefully it will come out by next year, or maybe sometime later this year. But I'm here to officially announce that is going on, and I might probably release what I have so far, which is not much. Again, you can move Kid gets hurt, but has no health and or life, so Kid can't die, and then Muffin can like technically die and get hurt, but you know, it just freezes. There is planning to be voice acting. Honeyman on Twitter is the voice of Kid. They have voiced Kid in the past, mainly in the Christmas special, and of course the funny Fortnite singing. So they will return as Kid's voice, as I feel they're a good fit, and they also really love Kid. You know, hey, I can't blame them. They do a good job. So that is all I have to say currently, and yeah, and I think I'll leave you off with this little video showing the announcements, or little intro to Muffin Madness Reheated. I've been Roman Aqua Blue Tunes. I hope you have a good kid day, and please take care. Alright. Bye-bye!